welcome to my YouTube channel, The Accounting Educator. I'm Safir Ahmed, a senior lecturer in accounting and finance in a UK university. I also work with ACC as an early career ambassador. This video is relevant if you're a student of financial accounting or financial reporting at degree level or perhaps, professional level, particularly AAT level 4, drafting and interpreting financial statements. So in this video, I will show you how to answer the written response tasks. So especially from the conceptual framework. Conceptual framework, as you know, is quite an important topic for drafting and interpreting financial statements, as well as F3 financial accounting in ACCA or PA3 in CIMA qualification. So this is a classic question where you need to provide your written response based on your knowledge, of course. Now, the question is explain the objective for general purpose financial reporting based on the IFRS conceptual framework. Now you can see that this task is for 4 marks. And if you write like kind of one line about what is the general purpose, then you cannot get full marks for that. So what I will suggest that how you write this answer. So first of all, you talk about what it is. So the general purpose of financial reporting is to provide useful information to the primary users of financial statements. So if you think about primary users of financial statements are shareholders, management, lenders, and perhaps to some extent taxation authorities as well. It could be customers and suppliers as well, but the primary ones, remember, are the main ones which normally make some sort of decisions in relation to that. Now, for 4 marks, this is not enough. So what you need to talk about is things like how and what we report in those financial statements. So you will say that the incomes and expenses of a company are reported in the, or rather than in the, it should be in a statement of comprehensive income. So in other words, that you're just kind of stating that in each of those financial statements, that what sort of information it gives us. Okay, so again, the statement of, or our statement of comprehensive income provides financial performance of a company. So you talked about the statement of comprehensive income, and then now you can talk about the statement of financial position. So then you say a statement of financial position shows long-term and short-term financial position of a company. It shows the assets, liabilities, and of course, as you know, equity of a company. And if you want to expand it, then you can say a statement of cash flows shows the cash movement during a year and shows the cash performance of a company. Now, this is a complete answer, I would say. You will notice that my answer is probably slightly different from the model answer. And it's okay to use your own wordings as long as you're not missing any key points. Okay. Identify two characteristics of ordinary share capital. Now, remember, ordinary share capital, one of the main characteristic of that is that it carries the variable return. So depending on the performance of the company, depending on the profits of the company. Yeah. So again, you need to explain it, but very briefly, when it says identify, normally it's just one line. It should be more than enough. Bullet points can work as well. So keep an eye on the requirement of the question as well. So if it says identify, state, then it's like just bullet points is more than enough. But if it says explain, then you got to explain it. Okay. If you don't explain, if you identify, if they ask you to explain, then you are not going to get full marks. So you need to be very mindful about that. So definitely it has variable return. So that's one of the characteristic. Another characteristics can be that dividends are paid after all expenses, including preference dividend. So remember that these are the people that which will be served last. So that's another characteristic of that. Another characteristic is normally the ordinary shares carry voting rights. Now the question is identify two. So I just given you three of them, but it can be more as well, remember? So you need to write two. If it specifies two, I will suggest that you just stick with two. Don't waste your time in exam. Unless if you have plenty of time and then you are not too sure about the couple of them you written, then perhaps you can add more. But I normally don't suggest that because if it says two, then don't waste your time. And as you can see, it only carries 2 marks as well. Okay. Now, the next part of question is identify whether each of the following qualitative characteristics of useful information is a fundamental characteristic of enhancing. Now, remember that verifiability, comparability, understandability, and timeliness, these are the enhancing qualitative characteristics. And relevance and faithful representation is fundamental characteristic. Okay, thank you for listening. I will be back with another video.